Welcome to another episode of the More Listings Mastermind, a real estate podcast. Each week, it's power, growth, and momentum. That's our motto. It all starts with this week's More Listings Mastermind. Super excited. We've got a great guest lineup for you today. And let's go ahead and I'm going to share my slide. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to open this up to sharing my screen. And I tell you, we've got some good stuff I'm going to share with you today. So I'm excited. So let's see. With that said, give me 1 second. We're going to share. There it is. Yeah. I'm a realtor, not a technical guy. So let's give me some time there. Okay. With that said, each week we go over really why would you want to join More Listings Mastermind each week? Well, I tell you, it's simple. To take more listings. I mean, that's really kind of the name of the game. I would hope you would agree with me on that. I think at the end of the day, we, it's about proven systems, winning more listings, generating multiple offers, maximizing sellers' profit, working smarter. We've heard that before, right? Working smarter, not harder. Well, that's what we want to do. So save the date each Wednesday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. You can go to morenowlistings.com. Who am I? My name is Robert Weichel. I'm the host of the More Listings Mastermind. I just celebrated 40 years in real estate last Saturday on Valentine's Day. It was a trip. It blew my mind. I didn't realize it. My wife brought it up. Oh, 40 years. Oh my God. I said, that's a long time. And I don't say that to say, oh, I know everything. Oh, I certainly do not. But I've seen a few things and I like to share them with agents across the country. Since 1986, I've had the privilege of helping thousands of sellers, guys. Lots of agents help succeed in every type of market. A broker, trainer, mentor. My mission's simple: empower others to grow, win, and lead with purpose. I want to help agents that want to take more listings. But more importantly than the more listings, more now listings. So let me explain. FSBOs, expireds, pre-foreclosure, working with attorneys, now business. So I think it's important that we identify what the now business is. FSBOs have their hands up. Expireds, well, they wanted to sell. It just didn't work out, usually because of price. And the pre-foreclosure market, they may not want to sell, but they may need to sell. So we need to make sure we're reaching out to that. We never want to lose sight of our circle of influence. That's super important. I think one of the biggest things we need to remember is now business, but we also don't want to forget about our database, because if you forget about your database, I am of the firm opinion that someone else will call it their database. So follow up with your database, full stop. Future business. Are you aligning yourself for future business? I got news for you. I'm not doom and gloom. I'm realistic. I've seen the many ups and downs and all arounds of the real estate market. Early 90s, I was going out and inspecting foreclosure properties, taking it with my camera, go to the photo mat, took a 1-hour photo, wait for the photos, go back to the office, glue stick the photos onto an addendum and do BPOs for banks. We've come a long way. So we've got a lot of bank experience. I think that the future of the REO market is upon us, and we need to make sure we're positioned. How you get positioned is you work with notice of defaults, notice of trustee sales. You reach out to those consumers. Many of them don't want to sell. Most of them have to sell. So position yourself. Now, let me make it very clear. I don't want anyone to lose their home ever. Never, ever. However, I don't have a lot of control on that. I don't have a lot to say about that. So I think it's important that we reach out to our database, reach out to the notice of defaults and see what we can do to help them. So let's go with the next thing here. I always like to start off. I use this quote all the time. It's one of my favorite quotes in the whole world. And we'll get to your questions in a minute here. The only place success comes before work is in the dictionary. Can you guys see that quote? Can you see it real clear? Can you take a photo of it and think about it every day? Can you guys see the quote okay? Give me a thumbs up, Candace. I can see you on the screen. You can see the quote? Got it. Take a picture of this, guys. Put it in your phone. Look at it every single day. When you feel like, oh, I don't feel like working today. I don't feel like prospecting. Read this. So, okay, let's go into the 5 habits to help you grow your real estate business starting today. Number 1 thing we need to do is lead generate, no exceptions. We need to block out 90 minutes every day for focused prospecting. Track and measure your numbers. Number 2, what gets measured gets improved. We need to track and measure how many contacts we're making, how many leads is it getting, how many closings from those leads. We need to track and measure our numbers. Number 3, set appointments daily. And you hear me say this over and over and over and over. Every single week we go over the same thing. because we need to be reminded we need to do the basics on a daily basis. Number 3, set appointments daily. A day without a seller or buyer appointment should be a red flag in your business. Number 4, follow up like a pro. 80% of the conversions happen in follow up. You've heard the term fortune is in the follow up. Number 5, sharpen your skills. Role play, study scripts, watch top agent content, get plugged in. You know, if anyone ever went out and bought a Tesla, will attest to this. You didn't just, let it drain its battery, put it in the garage and not plug it in. You plug it in so you can use it. Same thing with your business. You need to plug in. Here's an interesting stat I'd like to bring up. 71% of the homes relisted with a new agent. Those are people that have sellers that were on the market and then they got off the market usually because of price, but whatever reason. 78% of those sellers list with the first agent that contacts them. Not the best agent, the first agent. So think about it. If you're the first to the expireds, I would recommend you call them every single day. Make it a point. Call every expired, every FSBO in your market every single day. I mean, it's just a good business model. I mean, some people say, I don't want to make phone calls. I can tell you this, phone calls is the best way to go because you get right to the point. Hi, my name is Robert, calling about your home at 123 Main Street. I see that it came off the market today. Why do you think it didn't sell? If I was to bring you a buyer at a price that was acceptable, are you willing to pay X? Great. When can we schedule a quick Zoom call to go over your property in more detail? It's a conversation. It's not hard. So I think it's important that we know that Tom Ferry has great stuff. You can go check it out. So My Plus Leads, we were talking before we got started today, is My Plus Leads is the best way to get FSBOs, to get expireds, to get notice of defaults and pre-foreclosures. It's the only way to go. I've got a 14-day free trial. I'll drop it when the speaker comes on. I'll drop the links in the chat for those of you who'd like to check it out. It's 14 days, but I just word of caution. Don't sign up for it and don't do anything with it. And then all of a sudden, 14 days, they want to bill your card. Get in there, commit to it, make those calls for free. All you do is call, text, or email and reach out to every FSBO expired and pre-foreclosure. So I'll put the link in the chat when I'm done. We talked about iList. iList, if you don't have a cash offers platform, you're missing the boat big time. Felix and I were talking about his cash offer platform and all the amazing tools, attract, engage, and convert sellers. So many sellers think they want a cash offer when they first go to market. Oh, I only want a cash offer. I don't want to do any open houses. I don't want anyone seeing it. I just want a cash offer. Well, translation, guys, that's the least what the seller should be doing. You don't want to just give them a cash offer and get the lowest price. Every seller I've ever met wants the highest and best price in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of liability. A cash offer is certainly a good foot in the door, if you will, but I find that I think it's a very low number. 11% of cash offers actually go. And those are usually like super banged up properties. Instant cash offers with iList, interactive home evaluation tools, built-in lead gen. It's killer. Try it for 14 days. I've said enough about that. If you don't have a cash offer platform, you certainly need one. So let's go to the next thing here. If you don't have a way to drive massive traffic to your property, we're going to cover a little bit about that today with our speakers, going to help you with your online presence. We're driving, this is an average. In 14 days, we're getting just under 9,000 views. That's dynamite, by the way. If you get a chance to look at other listings in your market, go to Zillow, pull up the list, 5 listings in my neighborhood, and see what kind of days on market to view count they have. But the biggest thing we need to look at is how many saves does that property have? Saves is an indication, kind of an indicator to tell you what kind of open house traffic you should have. Now, anyone in this call would not like 789 saves that can translate into, let's call it half. If only half show up to your open house, that's 400 groups through your doors. We're averaging between 200 and 500 for our doors. So anyway, you need to always be thinking, how can I drive traffic to my properties? This is Kathy Ryan's open house she did in Temecula not too long ago. This was during Christmas, by the way. 884 people through the doors because she used the proper pricing strategy for her listings. So that's the kind of traffic sellers want. That's certainly the traffic you as a listing agent would like. And I'm telling you what, every single one of those buyers is looking at the buyer behind them and back in front of them, thinking, oh my gosh, they probably want the home as bad as I do. Therefore, now we've got a bidding war. Does that make sense? We got to keep that property fired up. So another thing I'd like to go over is more about being efficient and effective. Every single listing appointment I've taken all via Zoom. I haven't stepped foot in a seller's home since March of 2020. I just don't, it's just not necessary. You don't need to go to their house to get to know them, to bond. Let's get right to the point. Tell me why you're selling. Tell me how you came up with your price. Let me show you what I can do. Do you have any questions? Boom. Let's go. Took 2 listings last night. Took 1 this morning, have 1 this afternoon at I think 3 o'clock. My point is, be efficient and effective. Now, if you're driving all over town trying to take those listing appointments, that can be a little tedious, especially Candace in Southern California traffic. I'm telling you, it's kind of brutal. So I took this picture here. That's me on the beach in Cabo. I took 4 listings. The only thing you don't see, and I love telling this story, the only thing you don't see is the Corona that's on the other side of that laptop. My point is, you can take listings from anywhere. So make sure you're always thinking of being effective and efficient. Now, I encourage you to book a 30-minute session. You can see the QR code there. Just take a picture of it with your phone, schedule a time. Let's take a look under the hood and let's go over your business. I also can include you in a coaching and training session. There's no agenda, no fee, no cost. It's just agents masterminding what's working, what's not working. So let me go over this real quick. I know my lender, John Allen, his motto is first the loan, then the home. If you need a good lender, I'd recommend you reach out to John. He's got VA. He's the expert when it comes to VA. I've seen him do some pretty amazing things. He just closed a loan for me. We just closed last week, and he closed it in 12 days. I mean, that's lightning fast. I don't know that I'd recommend every time, but I can tell you what, when it really matters, he can get it done. So anyway, that's John's information. He's usually on giving us the mortgage minute, but the poor guy's not feeling well today. So he called. He said he's all, boss, I need to call in sick. I thought that was funny. So anyway, I want to bring on my partner, Tim Yates. He's going to come up and talk a little bit about estate planning. It's an amazing tool for sellers because, you know, Tim, I'll let you tell me. I mean, isn't it? Tell me if I'm right. 87.3% of people that we talk to in every walk of life do not have a living trust.
That is correct. Actually, specifically here in California, if every agent on this call looks at your database right now, 9 out of 10 people in your database do not have their property protected by a living trust. And that also includes, sometimes people will have their primary residence in a trust, but they'll have investment properties that, number one, maybe the attorney didn't tell them or they just didn't know. Every property needs to be put in the trust protected from probate, because if you have one and you have others and they're not in there, it goes into probate.
Yeah, that's certainly it's certainly a big tool, I think, Tim. And you know, I think the biggest thing is, and we do some training on Tuesdays. So when you get a moment, maybe drop that information in the chat box for everybody, and we'll make sure the folks listening to this on YouTube and our podcast on Spotify, they'll get the links to that as well. Tim, anything else you'd like to tell the agents why they're tuned in?
I mean, the important thing is to know that we've created a system that is designed for agents to get more listings, and when they get more listings, we get more legal service business. So it's a win-win. It's a unique system and a program, as you know, Robert. I've been beta testing it for years in different markets. We're launching it all over California now. Again, it's free. I'm not selling anything. It's not a pay for play kind of a thing. It's just, hey, we're going to give you some great tools to increase your relationships, get more listings, we get more business. It's a win-win for everybody.
I love it. You know what? I think that my biggest takeaway from every time I hear you talk, Tim, is how many people do not have it, number one. So that opens up a lot of great opportunities. Us as agents, we're not always wanting to call and follow up with our database. Do you want to buy, sell, or invest? You know, that nonsense. You can follow up with a trust. You can give them out as Christmas gifts. I mean, it's fantastic. So, Tim, thank you so much. And we'll keep you around to the end if you can stick around, and we'll do a little Q&A. How's that sound? All right. So let's go to the next step here. I think our guys, at the end of the day, the reason why we do these is we want to make sure that we're bringing you powerful guests. You know, guests from all over the real estate industry. We want to get more buyers. We want to get more investors. We want to learn AI say yes. Everybody's overwhelmed with AI. Cash offers. We always talk about cash offers because it's super important. We have our database coach coming on in a couple of weeks to help you with your CRM to show you exactly how to use it properly. I can almost do a survey with the group that we have, and I bet that maybe 90% of us don't use our CRM to its full capacity, me included. We're going to talk about your online presence today. That's a big thing. We go over goal setting, time blocking, accountability. We have 25 coaches last time I checked. So we have each of them on at different times in the year, and we have a panel and just mastermind and try to figure out what we're doing and how we can help you guys. Because at the end of the day, the More Listings Mastermind is, you guessed it, it's working with more sellers. If we can work with more sellers by doing all these things efficiently and not getting overwhelmed, I think that's always a bonus. I think that the next thing is these top producers, when they come on, they're sharing their playbook. They're opening up their playbook saying, here you go, take it. They share I'll share my listing presentation with anyone. I don't care. I want to help everyone. I don't care what company you're with. I don't care what you're doing. If you're a real estate professional that wants to take more listings, I want to help you. That's what this mastermind's all about. So we're going live actually in San Diego. I'll send the date out to everybody, but it's going to be fantastic. So stick around towards the end. We'll have a Q&A. And we've got a great lineup for you. You can join us every single Wednesday right here. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Join us live by going to morenowlistings.com. If you've joined us through Eventbrite, don't need to do that anymore. Just come to morenowlistings.com and stay tuned. So again, if you want to book a no-cost strategy session, I'd be more than happy to help. Take one last picture of that before we get started with our presentation. And Fridays, we have weekly training, coaching, and mentoring. I talked about that earlier. If you're ready to dominate in 26, jump on. There's no agenda. Doesn't matter what brand you are. It's for realtors that want more listings. Training, coaching, mentoring starting this Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Join us live at morenowlistings.com. You're starting to see a theme here. It's all about listings. That's what this is about. It's about getting more listings. So with that said, I want to thank our sponsors, 14-Day Home Offers, Partner Plus, My Plus Leads, Legacy Pro. That's Tim Yates. He's talking about listings and legacy, man. We're all about leaving our legacy. John Allen with Barrett Financial, and of course, iList, Power Growth and Momentum. That's what those guys are all about. So I'm excited. I had to do some housekeeping real quick, but we're going to get right started in our with our program. We've got a young man that's comes to us. Have you ever walked into a room and you just all of a sudden you can see the smartest guy in the room? He's up there. He's just giving knowledge. He's got a lot of stuff to share. So this is where your notepad comes in. Write it down, take your notes, take active, and actually pull up, follow along on your computer. If you have a second screen, follow along, because this is how to improve your online presence in 2026. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my share. I'm going to bring on Woo Kim, and Woo is going to wow you, I'm sure. Felix, you've had your hand up for a moment. Is there something that's an emergency, or can I wait? We're going to go ahead and lower that hand. How's that sound? Good. We'll go ahead and get started with our speaker. Woo, how are you, brother?
Hello, everybody. Well, happy Wednesday. Thank you, Robert, for having me today. I don't know about being the smartest guy, but I am good at one thing, and that is your online presence. People in the industry call us as the online presence specialist. And if we haven't met, my name is Woo Kim. I run a company called LinkMe, and we're a tight team of 11 people, all working hard to make sure when clients Google your name or ask AI about you, you show up as a professional as you are in person online. But today's topic is slightly different. So last time I was here, I went in depth about improving your online presence. And as a business owner, I think the topic that I it's very relevant to me, and I'm sure it is very relevant to a lot of agents that we work with, is how to use AI so that you can put your business on easy mode. So today I'll talk about online presence a little bit at the end, but I want to walk you through how I use AI to run my service business and how I was able to double my revenue in 5 months using AI. So I'm not going to make you any false promises. I'm just going to show you what worked for me. Hopefully, you can get the same results. And let's get started. Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Awesome. So let's rock and roll. Quick disclaimer, guys. I have never been a real estate agent. And I'm not going to tell you how to sell real estate. That is not my job. But I am going to show you how I run my business using AI and structure it efficiently. So with that, what this presentation is not about is this. I'm not here to tell you how to sell real estate. I'm here to show you how I systemize my business using AI so everything that you do compounds. So with that short introduction about me, you guys already know my name is Wu Kim, founder of LinkMe.co. And over my career, I've worked with over 3,000 real estate agents nationwide. And I personally have spoken at over 430 real estate events in the past 3 years. And we grew our team from just myself to 11 in less than 3 years. Enough about me. What you'll get out of this presentation are simple. Three things you must do if you want AI to work for you. So I'm going to lay out the real problem with how most agents are using AI. You guys probably are familiar with this, and that is most people treat AI like a personal assistant, as in they ask generic questions such as write an email response, write a listing description, come up with my social media plan or campaign. I'm sure some of you are smiling. I'm sure you guys are familiar with these. But in reality, AI is like the internet, which means it has access to almost all information, meaning if your goal was to 5x your top line, AI knows how to get you there. We just have to ask the right questions the right way, and that is called prompting. So in this presentation, I'm going to walk you through three main things. Number one is how to get AI to fully understand your business. If AI doesn't understand your business to the full context, whatever advice it's giving you is incorrect and it's not going to matter because it's not going to be tailored to your business. Second, how to use data to get mind blowing answers whenever you ask a question to AI. And lastly, I'll walk you through a couple examples using ChatGPT. And a lot of agents use different AI tools, LLMs, like Grok, Gemini, Perplexity, ChatGPT. I'm going to be using ChatGPT. You can run the same fundamental play using any LLM tools, but I'm going to be using ChatGPT. So two ways to access ChatGPT. My favorite way is from my computer using the desktop application. Just search ChatGPT on Google, click the first link, and you have it. The second way is using it from your cell phone by downloading the app. In this presentation, I'm going to be using the web-based application for ChatGPT. So let's get to our first agenda, and that is how to get AI to fully understand your business. So if you're like me, you probably want to make more money, and that's okay. If you ask the AI a generic question like, how do I close more deals? Without personal context, AI will provide you with generic advice that probably don't apply to you at your current revenue level, at your current deal size, at your current team member size, whatever the case may be. It's like asking a Walmart cart pusher, hey, how do I close more deals in real estate? They don't know. They're just going to give you a generic advice. And so the first thing we need to do is to give AI the full context of our current business. Here's how. I'm going to walk you through it step by step. Feel free to take a screenshot. For those of you listening to this, I'll explain every step so you can follow later. So the very first thing we need to do is opening up whatever ChatGPT AI tool you want to use and ask this question. What questions do you need answered to fully understand my business so you can give me the best advice? When you ask this question, AI will give you a series of questions just like this. I counted it up and it was about 32 questions that I need to answer. Now, before you go ahead and answer these questions, if you have been using AI for quite some time now, you can actually have AI to answer the questions for you, just like this. Answer the below questions based on what you know about me and underline every answer you're 50% not sure on. So what AI will do is this. It'll answer all the questions that you just gave in this slide, all the 32 questions that you gave. It'll try its best to answer them in detail. Now, it's going to underline the answers that it's not 50% sure on, and you'll notice just how many questions AI had it wrong about your business. And you've been asking AI business questions, and AI didn't fully understand your business. So that's what it's going to fix. So just to recap, we're going to ask AI, hey, what questions do you need answered to fully understand my business? And if you have been using AI for a while, you're going to ask AI to answer them for you. Now, here's what you're going to do. Assuming you've never used AI before, you're just going to grab all the questions, copy and paste it into a Google Sheet. Everybody with me? Copy and paste the questions into a Google Sheet and answer them in full detail, just like this. Copy all the questions, paste them in a Google Sheet, go through them and answer them. It's going to take you roughly 30 minutes to complete, and it'll give you the highest ROI of your time, I promise. Once you have answered them, you want to save them as a PDF, just like the one picture on the right. So I'm going to recap just for those of you that are listening. Ask AI what questions you need to have answered to fully understand my business. Copy and paste the questions into a Google Sheet and answer them and save it as a PDF. Are you with me? Okay, awesome. From now on, here's how you use this thing. Before you ask any questions, come up with my social media campaign, write my email newsletter, write this listing description, write my email campaign, whatever the heck the case may be, you want to upload the business context doc that you just created into ChatGPT, into Gemini, into whatever AI tool you're using. Now, what it will do is it'll have a full context of your current business, and the answer that it gives you will be fully customized to where you are right now in your business. So if I can just get you to do this, you'd be at top 1% of AI users, I promise you. So that is how we get AI to fully understand our business. That's number one. This has to happen before we do anything else. Once you have the business context doc saved as a PDF, number two, how to use data to get mind-blowing answers. But first, let me ask a series of questions for everyone that's tuning in. Can you just raise your hand if you've been in business for more than 1 year? Okay, we see a couple people raising their hands. Great. Keep your hands raised if you have ever taken sales calls. Okay, obviously. And as you notice, I'm asking the questions you will say yes to, if you haven't noticed. Next, keep your hands raised if you have ever posted social media content. Yes, obviously. Keep your hands raised if you have ever sent email newsletters. Yes. If you raised your hands, you have what's called data. Now, I'm going to show you how you can use the data, the stuff that you've already done to get leverage like crazy. Um, I'll ask you this last question, and that is, who here documents or records every consultation calls, every sales calls, every email newsletter, and every content transcription? Anybody? Okay, I don't see any hands raised. Right. If you didn't raise your hand, I need you to start recording every sales calls, email newsletters, social media content, consultation calls, and whatever else you do in your business. Here's why. Well, I'll cover the how and I'll cover the what. So how is this? If you want to record your sales or consultation calls, you can simply record on Zoom, like what Robert said. If you take listing appointments over Zoom, you can 100% record the entire conversation. Only thing you have to do is ask the seller, hey, is it okay if I record? Now, the question that I like to use to ask for their permission to record is this. Would you like AI to summarize this call and send you a report? 9 times out of 10, they said, sure. Whereas if I ask them, hey, is it okay if I record this call? Some people are shy, and more than likely, more than half the people usually say, no, maybe not sure. And so just simply ask them, hey, can I take notes using AI and send you a summary? Almost everybody will say yes. So that is how you record calls on Zoom. If you take sales calls or console calls over the phone, there are voice recording apps. There's a gazillions of them out there. You can just search in your iPhone App Store or Google App Store voice recording app, and you can record every consultation calls that you take over the phone. That is how we record sales calls and consultation calls. Also, quick reminder, a lot of you watching this probably are using some type of CRM, Follow Up Boss, Lofty, whatever. In your CRM, if you're taking calls within your CRM, it's already recording. So you can simply just take that as a recording. Once you have the recording, similar process. Copy and paste the transcription into a doc and keep it there. And I'll show you why in the coming slides, but we're just covering the how. We want to record our sales calls or console calls, transcribe them, which when you record your calls, it'll automatically be transcribed. Copy and paste it, put it into a Google Doc. I have my top 10 sales closes in my doc. Okay, that's the sales calls. Next is email newsletters. Email newsletters, same deal. Copy and paste every newsletter or top 10 best performing email newsletters, copy and paste them into a doc and save them just like this. Social media content. Well, how do I record my social media video? Great question. Well, you can simply Google free transcriber tool in Google where you're able to upload the whole video. If you filmed a YouTube video or if you recorded an Instagram reel, you can upload the entire video and the software will give you the transcription, the words that you said in the video. We want to copy those and paste them into a doc. Social media content. That is how we record social media content. You can also do this if you see content by another agent or by another coach, you really like the video, download that video, upload it into a transcriber tool, and save the transcription. Now you have what are called tangible data you can use to get mind-blowing answers. Now, I want to show you just a quick example. In my Google Drive, I have a folder named AI Assets. In that folder, I have my data sources. So you'll see like a couple folders here. One is called console calls, content, email, newsletter, guarantees, offers, presentation, top 10 sales closes, top presentations, YouTube videos. Everything that I do in my business gets recorded and gets saved into these folders. And I'm going to show you what. Let's go there. I'll walk you through a couple of examples. Example number one, get advice tailored to your business. Remember the business context doc that we created, all the questions AI gave us, and we answer the questions and we save them as a PDF? Well, I'm going to upload that into GPT and ask this question. You're a world-class title rep coach. Well, this one says title rep, but just swap out that word with whatever industry you're in. You're a world-class, your industry coach. You specialize in taking you from making $100,000 per year to $500,000 a year. I uploaded my business context doc based on the level I'm at. Can you give me advice on how I can 5x my income? I'd like to achieve this in 2 years. First, make me a report on what's working, what's not working, my strength and my weaknesses. Then map out a playbook I can simply follow to get to my goals. I did this not too long ago, and you'd be amazed at just how detailed and customized answers that it gives you. Like, it's almost like talking to your future self, like that already made it, quote unquote. Like my 4 hours on a Saturday just disappeared just going back and forth with AI. Once it has full context as to who you are and what you do, the answers that it gives you will be mind blowing. So that is example number one. Example number two, we reported our sales calls. Here's how we're going to use it. We're going to upload our top 10 sales closes or our top 10 listing presentations or our top 10 buyer consultations. And then you say, you're a world-class real estate coach who specializes in breaking down sales calls and tweaking it to convert the highest number of leads. I uploaded 10 of my sales calls. I need you to break down my calls and tell me what's working, what's not working, my strength, my weaknesses. Then give me a mother script I can use for all of my future calls. And I probably talked to a minimum of 2,500 real estate agents just this year from January to today. And when I ask this question in front of groups of realtors, and that the question is, who here has a script that they're using every single time? Maybe one person in that entire room would raise their hand. And as a business owner, if we want to get consistent outcome, we need to keep the process exactly the same. Like if we're taking 100 calls here, but what we say on the call changes call after call, that's going to force us to get an inconsistent outcome here. And so in order for us to scale our business, what we say needs to be dialed in and stays exactly the same every single time for us to measure the effectiveness of our calls to decide, okay, this script worked, this script didn't work. And so my biggest advice to you is have AI review your sales calls and give you a mother script that you can actually stick to in every freaking sales calls that you take. Awesome. So that is how you get feedback on your sales calls. And example number 3, I'm going to show you how you can get better and more social media content. The videos that you filmed, we transcribe them into words. We're going to compile the best videos that we've ever made into a doc. We're going to upload the doc. And here's the catch. I'm also going to upload my business context doc. So I uploaded 2 files, my best videos and transcriptions and my business context. And here's what I'm going to ask AI. You are a world-class YouTube coach where you specialize in making videos with viral hooks, optimized for retention and reward for watching the video. Here are my 5 YouTube video transcriptions. Break down my video into the following. Give me a report on my current video, what's working and what's not working. Number 2, I also uploaded my business context based on the 2 documents. Build my next 10 YouTube video templates I can follow to make viral videos. When you use AI like this, your output per unit of time that you put in goes up stupidly high. And I just want you to try this because this changed my business. And I told you that I was able to double our business in 5 months using AI. So let me show you and walk you through how that happened. So I'm gonna just give you one example. I don't have a lot of time today. I'm gonna give you just one example, and that is sales call close rate. In my opinion, I think that one metric is the most important metric in any business, service businesses, which is sales call close rate. This is July of last year, 2025. My close rate was 25%, meaning if I got on a call with 4 people, I closed 1. Not bad, but not great. So that's when I started recording every one of my sales calls, and I got feedback from AI after each call. 25% in July. This is October, 3 months later, went up to 36%, 11% in increase in 3 months. That's not bad. 11%. Okay, that means I was closing 3.5 people for every 10 people that booked a call with me. But it gets even better. This is December. My close rate went up to 50%, meaning if 10 people got on a call with me, I closed 5 of them. So here's what's wild. From July to December, in 5 months, my close rate doubled. So let me ask everybody that's watching this call right now. If nothing else about your business changes, but your close rate doubled, what would that do for your business? It'll double your business. Well, it did for me. And so the reason why I wanted to cover this today is because I still see in 2026 so many business owners not using AI like they need to in order to improve their business. And so I hope this presentation gave you some clarity as to how we can leverage AI, not to be scared of AI, but how we can leverage it to make more revenue and help more clients. Now, we have 3 things on our agenda. How to get AI to fully understand your business. We did that by creating a context doc. How to use data to get mind-blowing answers. We did that by recording everything that we do in our current business and saving it and asking AI to give us feedback. And I'll walk you through some examples. So closing thought, number 1, if you want better answers, ask better questions with context. I hope that makes sense. Closing thoughts, number 2, get in a habit of either Googling yourself or asking AI about you. Pretend like you're a consumer doing your research on your agent. Ask AI, hey, is David Borja with EXP a good realtor? Get in the habit of asking agents. And I'm actually going to skip this part. And when clients Google your name, I want you to notice what shows up. So let me give you an example. So this is David Borja, one of our clients. I Googled David Borja realtor, and this is what we see. We see his headshot, his Google business profile. We see reviews across multiple platforms. We see his market, probate, divorce, and we see his website as the very first link. But we're not going to stop there because most consumers now are skipping Google and just going straight into AI and asking this: is David Borja with Keller Williams a good realtor? When I ask AI this question, this is what AI says. My take, is he a good realtor? Yes. Based on what I found, David Borja appears to be a good realtor with many strong points. And then it says this: if I were you, I would feel comfortable interviewing him or getting a consultation. So if you're the consumer who are doing your research on David Borja and you see this from AI, would you feel comfortable giving him a call? I think the answer is a yes. So, does what your clients see represent you the way you want to be represented? I think the answer is a yes. Or is your online image hurting you? Using another example of an actual agent by the name of Joyce Blank Realtor, I'm going to block out her name in order to protect her identity, and asking AI about her, is Joyce Blank a good realtor? AI says this: what I didn't find, or gaps. I didn't find a lot of detailed recent reviews. And then it gives me a big warning sign. Thanks to check or confirm. Because I didn't find many recent detailed client reviews, you'll want to ask referrals or past clients to hear firsthand experience about her responsiveness, reliability, blah, blah, blah. So as a seller or buyer who just got this result from online and AI about this agent, do you think I'm going to give this agent a call? Probably not. So does what your clients say represent you the way you want to be represented? In this case, the answer is a no. And so in order to help you fix that, what our company and what we do is we build brands for real estate professionals across Google, site, branding, and your socials. And we do that in 28 days, done for you. So you can finally look legit, look like the experienced agent you are in person online. And I'm going to walk you through a quick before and afters, rapid fire. Before, Maria, generic, headshot sucks, and doesn't look luxury, it doesn't look premium. We changed that by making her look like this. New branding, new shot, new logo, new site. Same agent, same years of experience, but the way she's being perceived online are the two opposite ends of the spectrum. One more. Team already. Husband and wife team. This is what they look like. They were relying heavily on their brokerage branding. And so we made them look like this. New branding, personable site, design materials that establishes their personal branding over their brokerage. I'll show you another quick one. Again, brokerage branding, brokerage website, nothing too special there. Every agent from this office had this exact same website, not a differentiating factor. So we made him look like this. That's the first thing people see when they visit your website. I recommend that to be a video of you opening doors at an open house, at a listing, walking them through your listing or a property, you on a call, you on a laptop, you shaking hands. They clicked on your site. So make sure the first thing they see is you, ideally in a video. So bottom line, if you don't look legit online, you lose business quietly. And so I got nothing to sell you guys today, and I'm here to add value to you. So what I'm offering everybody is this. It's 100% free. It's a one-on-one brand analysis. On this call, we break down your entire online presence from front to back and give you an audit of what a client actually sees when they research your name. We find what's missing, what needs to be fixed, and I'll show you what a top agent branding looks like in your market. And I'll lay out exactly what you need to fix so you can finally elevate your online presence. And there are two clear outcomes of this call. Number one, we show you the fixes and we fix them ourselves. Number two, we show you the fixes and you fix them yourself. One of them you pay with money, the other one you pay with your time. So depending on which one's more valuable to you and whether you want to just stay on production or you want to take care of it yourself and learn it on YouTube, whatever the case may be, the first step in fixing your online presence is knowing what to fix. And this will show you what to fix. So if you would like that, just scan this QR code. For those of you listening in, just go to WOO, WooKimOfficial.com. Again, that's WooKimOfficial.com. All right. And at this time, I'll take any questions you guys may have.
Yeah, guys, let's open it up. I tell you what, my mind's over here blowing. I'm taking all these notes and taking photos and just, man, I appreciate you dropping that info. I told you guys he was the smartest guy in the room. So let's do this. Let's open it up for questions. I think the easiest thing that I can do, just type in your name, Robert Whitekilt Realtor, or your name, Realtor, and then type in and see what comes up. Because that's the first place to start. I was amazed when I first did it. I had all kinds of stuff that wasn't me. So you have to go in there and you got to train it. I asked enough questions. I think the biggest takeaway, you got to ask good questions. That's the key. So yeah, let's open it up. Mike Schmansky, you want to open it up, brother? What do you got a question?
Yeah, yeah. I ever found if I was the smartest guy in the room, I'd have to get in another room.
He's always the
So
smartest guy in the room when I show up.
yeah. So check it out. I'm still trying to figure out how am I going to get a capture of that QR code when I'm watching you guys on my phone.
I'll send it to you.
There you go.
Mike, it's
Yeah,
simply
good stuff.
roofhamofficial.com.
There
All
we
Type
go.
that
right,
into
very
Google.
good.
There it is.
Yeah, great. I'm going to end up doing it. I did Google myself. It's not as bad as I thought it was. It didn't see any rap sheet, so I'm good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Who else
I'll
has
reach out to you, Woo. Thank you.
Let's get Mike.
Who else has questions for Woo? Because I know that this is it's super easy. I think the biggest thing, Woo, is I know a lot of agents. I coach, train, and mentor agents all over the country, and a lot of them are overwhelmed. They think they have to do everything. They have to do the cute videos. They have to do all this and the caricatures and this and that. No, just do the basics. Have it write your emails. Have it write your marketing. I mean, it's. I took a photo of Carla and I on Valentine's Day. It was a great photo. I loved it. And I said, "Oh, send that to me, honey." So she sent it to me. I uploaded into chat, and I said, because I buy houses all over the country, usually mostly fixers. So I did a marketing piece with that photo and a little bit about what I'm looking for, and then boom, killer marketing piece in it was like 20 seconds. It was awesome. So there's so many tools. Don't get overwhelmed with AI. But I think that we're missing the boat if we're not tapping in. Woo, what else do you want to close with in terms of what's the real quick, do this, and this?
So I'll give you kind of three kind of stage as to what to do. So number one is Google yourself, first name, last name, realtor,
Yep.
and pretend like you're a buyer or seller researching your name and be honest with yourself, whether you're impressed, embarrassed, or neutral. That's step number one. Step number two, ask any AI tool, is your name, realtor in your market, a good agent? See what AI gives you. It might give you good information or it might give you a bad information. And step number three, ask AI, hey, if you were me, what would you fix so that I can fix what you just told me? And if you just do that, you'll get a much clearer understanding of where your online presence is lacking. And once you know what to fix, then you have some options. You can learn it, watch YouTube, fix it yourself, or you can hire guys like me who just does this all day and have us fix it. But at the very least, you got to know what needs to be fixed before taking any action. So Googling yourself, asking AI about yourself, and asking AI what it would fix if it were you. So I would start there.
I love it. We've got a question from Felix. Go ahead, unmute yourself, Felix. What do you got?
Well, hi, good afternoon. So there is another person with my same name and last name. And apparently when Google Business came out, I guess he took it before I did. So if you Google my name and last name, a lot of his stuff comes up. I'm in LA County near Orange County. He's in Riverside. So we're still kind of close by. And I'm wondering how, if there's any way I can kind of overtake him.
100%, Felix. That's actually one of the most common cases that we get. Agents come to us saying, hey, there's another agent who shows up before me. And there's only really one way to fix that, Felix, and that is just having a better SEO than the other guy, search engine optimization. That means having better SEO on your Google page, having better SEO on your website, having better SEO on your Instagram and Facebook. Well, what does that mean? Ask AI or hire a professional or ask AI.
Okay.
You can always figure things out. You just have to ask the right question to AI. So I would type this exactly. My name is this in this market. When I Google myself, there's another agent with the same name that shows up before me. How do I show up first? And AI will give you like 10 different recommendations. Start at the top and actually do all 10, and you'll show up first. It's boring work, but it works.
Okay, yeah, because I really need to do that. And then I had another question for Robert. You mentioned earlier BPOs and stuff like that. I'm starting to do them. I was going to ask if I should continue um, doing that, what you thought of, because I think we're entering a default market or more REOs and short sales.
So your question is, should I do more BPOs?
Yeah, I just started to do them.
Okay,
So
good.
is that
So
a
let,
good
let
thing?
me tell you about BPOs. BPOs are absolutely mandatory, but you got to make sure you're doing it with the right companies.
Yeah.
We had an REO class actually 2 weeks ago where we dove into that. I'll send you the recording. But in short, yes, do the BPOs. Make sure you're doing it for the right companies. Don't pay
Yeah.
to do BPOs, and make sure your BPOs shine. That's your calling card. Dominate your area where you work because you're getting paid to go out and do mini appraisals, if you will, on local
Yeah.
real estate. So absolutely, just be careful. There's a lot of companies.
I heard they're not paying much and yeah,
Yeah,
et
so
cetera, et
so
cetera.
make sure you're doing it because I'm not a BPO agent. I'm an REO agent, but I'll do the BPOs to get the REO. So we need to make
That's
sure you squeeze that juice. I'll send you the recording. Put your email in the chat box, and I'll send you the recording of that.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Better yet, I'll put my YouTube link in the chat when we're finished here, and you can go right to my all my videos, all my trainings.
Thanks. Thank you.
Candace, what do you got?
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Great. I put my question in the chat.
Okay. Let's
And
do you want me to read it or do you want to ask it?
I can, that's fine.
Okay.
I've asked Chat GPT to help me with this, but I'm just afraid of getting banned again. I've done this twice already, and my business profile in Google
Candice, sorry to cut you off. Could you repeat your question for those of
Sure.
people that are listening to this?
My Google business profile keeps getting put into jail. It keeps getting suspended. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm following all these guides and following what ChatGPT is telling me to do. I don't know if it's because I'm a newer agent. I haven't had my license not even like a year now, but I have a website. I'm with EXP. I'm fully up and running and working, but I don't know what to do from here.
And Candice, I just wanted to let you know you're not alone. I would say about half the agents that come to us for help have that exact same problem. And Google is notorious in not telling you what you did wrong. They just tell you that it is wrong. Yeah. So most often, the biggest problems that I saw was when agents were trying to get their Google page verified with either a video or a text verification. That process goes wrong. Either they take the video and it doesn't meet all three requirements that Google gives you, like including your business card. Did you start from outside of your home? Did you include your printer, your laptop? Did you say your address number? Did you show yourself unlocking the office door to really prove that you operate from that office? So there are so many things that could have gone wrong. The only way I can give you that answer is for me to take a look within your Google page and see exactly like where it went wrong. But that is the biggest source of problem that I see agents are having in that video verification process.
Okay, it really hasn't even asked me to do a video verification yet. It just suspends my account. It verifies it without any, video and then suspends it. So I don't know.
I'll tell you what, Candice. Book a call with me. Go to WooCamOfficial.com. That way I can take a deeper look at what your account is telling you. And from there, I'll give you my best recommendations. And it seems like you're already familiar with your Google verification process. So don't need to pay me for that. Just do it yourself. I'll show you what to do. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll take it.
thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
I
All
love
right.
it.
Well,
What
thank
other
you so
questions
much
we
for
got,
having me.
guys? What other
What was that,
questions?
Robert?
Go ahead. What other questions do we have?
Let's see.
Anyone else got any questions? I know, Mike, you mentioned about what company did you sign up for BPO? You and I can talk offline on that. We want to make sure that we respect Woo's time. We're at the top of the hour. I'm putting in my my link for my YouTube videos for all my trainings, coaching, mentoring, my shorts. We do some fun stuff. We do some not so fun. We're having, we're just getting stuff out there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat. Woo, would you like to leave anything in the chat for anybody in terms of links, or you want to tell everybody your link again?
So the easiest way to find me, guys, is just going to any social media platform that you use and just type in WooCam official. And chances are you'll see my Instagram, you'll see my Facebook, you'll see my YouTube, you'll see my TikTok. And on this channel, I provide 3 tips on improving your online presence as a real estate professional. So check it out there. And if you would like your free brand analysis, go to wookimofficial.com and we'll see you on the other side.
Awesome. Well, you know what? You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you being on Woo. Appreciate Tim Yates, man. I tell you, reach out to Tim and talk about the legacy and listings and the listings. It just helping people is really the name of the game. So this is Robert Weichelt for another episode of the More Listings Mastermind. I'm super excited, super blessed that you guys came on today. With that said, tune in next Wednesday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Go to morenowlistings.com. Woo, thank you so much, my friend, and everybody. We'll see you in escrow.